Hey, it's Luke, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get your first digital marketing client. And a quick backstory on me is I've been using digital marketing to provide my income from my laptop for almost 7 years now. So back when I was 21, made my first 6 figures from my laptop, digital marketing, and that's been my game ever since. If you are going to take on clients for digital marketing, one, you've got to have some skills, but I really think that's step 2. First, you have to identify a problem that you're interested in solving in the market. So for example, when I got started, my parents had a construction company and they were struggling for their lead flow. So I thought, oh, okay, if I can go produce leads for them, well, I will solve that problem. So for me, we had a bleeding need for new leads. So it was very simple for me to choose my niche, choose my offer. I was just like, okay, my parents are gonna be broke if I don't produce more leads for them. So I'm gonna figure out how to produce leads. Once you have a problem that you want to solve, the next question that will naturally come up is, how do I get the first client that I can work with? And if you're thinking about charging retainers and getting money on this first clients, back up a second, because you have to actually get somebody that you can work for free so you can prove out that you're able to do what it is that you are trying to offer for money in the future. What I mean is, in my example, if I'm going to build an agency where I run ads for people getting leads for their construction company, well, I'm gonna have to first prove out that I can do this before I start trying to charge people for it. So I'm going to run ads for my parents' company, see if I can get them some leads. And if I can get a case study with them, boom, then all of a sudden I can reach out to other construction companies and offer to do that for them as well. So everybody needs to recognize where they're at in this process. It's a very linear progression, okay? First, you identify the problem, and second, you go and try to solve that problem. Now, I think that you should go ahead and find the opportunity to test out your skills before you even dive deep into the skills. I didn't have Facebook ad or Google ad experience before I identified that my parents had that problem and I wanted to solve it for them. Instead, I saw the problem, I said, I want to solve this, and then all of a sudden, I was like, okay, what skills do I need? And that's when I started getting the books, hiring the mentors, and joining the groups that taught me how to do those things. I think that going at it in that approach is a much better long-term approach, because a lot of times people will come in and be like, okay, I've got these Facebook ad skills, or I've got these graphic design skills, or these web design skills. Now, how can I go find somebody who needs what I have? Instead of becoming this adaptive machine where you're going to develop the skills that other people need, okay? It's kind of like the person who's making YouTube videos, vlogging, and making things that they want to make instead of what people are asking for. In that same example here, I'm making this video for you because how to get your first digital marketing client is a term that's searched a lot. So I'm adapting to the need of the market, not necessarily what I want to make the video about. And it's the same way when you're doing services and doing digital marketing services and trying to get your first client. You need to adapt to what people need and identify your niche like that, instead of saying, oh, I've got these, skills here. How can I find people who fit into my mold? Now, in an age where social media marketing is a very popular outlet to get started in digital marketing, I want to make it clear for you that there are better rivers to plant your seed by. And what I mean is, you might think that doing people's Instagram posts is a low effort, highly scalable way to generate income for you online. And you might plant your tree seed next to that river, which is the social media marketing river. It's important to plant your seed in the right area, because if you plant it next to a small river, well, you're growing this tree and you're kind of stuck, right? So if you're just getting started and you're going for your first digital marketing client, it's better to plant your seed next to a bigger river. You might just look over that hill and there's another river that's got beautiful scenery and there's a lot more water and nutrients in the soil, and you're going to be able to grow a much bigger tree if you simply plant over next to that river. So in this metaphor, what I'm talking about is developing skills and identifying a problem in the market that can be solved with paid advertising. So right now, and probably for the next many years, paid advertising is going to be the best river that you can plant your seed by. And what I'm talking about is developing skills in paid advertising, whether that's Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, anything where you're going to put money in and spit more money out. This is going to provide a high return on investment for your clients. And when you can give people more money, when your efforts make people more money, they're happy to cut you a little piece of it. And it's much easier to get higher wages for these services than it is to, say, post for people on social media where the return on investment is unclear. When you can go through and say, hey, I put in $15,000 over the last 3 months into your ads and it produced $340,000 back in revenues, well, they're happy to give you that cut and they'll continue being your customer and paying you way higher amounts of money than they will for the person who's posting for them on Instagram, where they're not clear if it's actually generating new clients. You want to select a problem inside of the market that you want to solve. And my advice to you here is to select a high income producing problem. So if you are selecting a problem, and you can choose anything, you're looking at what's the easiest thing for you to get into based on the network and the resources and the groups that you're a part of. And then you're also looking at all those opportunities and you're saying, okay, out of all these problems that I might be solving, which of these problems is going to be the most money-rich issue? That if I solve that issue, it's going to produce more money for the person who I'm solving that problem for. And in that scenario, you're gonna get a bigger cut of that money. Once we've selected the problem and we've determined that it's a high income problem that's going to produce money for us if we solve it, the next step is to develop the skills. So the next step is to go and take the Facebook ad course. It's to go learn YouTube ads, learn how to write video scripts that sell people into things, how to make a landing page that generates leads, how to make an email autoresponder that follows up with those leads so they make sure that they show up on the call or buy the thing that you're trying to sell. Okay, so develop the skills after you've identified that problem. Now, some of you might be watching this and you've already got all that stuff covered, but I think it was important that we touched on it first. So how do you actually get your first digital marketing client? Well, I recommend that you do it through what's called cold outreach. And cold outreach has a couple different methods, right? You've got cold email, you've got LinkedIn outreach, Instagram DMs. A cold outreach just means that you're reaching out to somebody who's a complete stranger. They know nothing about you or your services, and we are going to try and get them onto a phone call with us so we can start a conversation and ultimately sell them on our services. The big takeaway here is to know where you're at inside of this process. Do you already have experience and skills doing what you are trying to pitch people on? And do you already have clients? If you're trying to get your first digital marketing client, you are going to have to work for somebody for free. Unless you have killer sales experience and a lot of experience in that realm, you are probably going to have to work for somebody for free. And in the example that you've selected paid advertising as the skill to solve the problem that you've identified, you're going to run the ads at no cost on your side, but the client is paying for the advertising. So if I'm gonna run Facebook ads for a construction company, their card's gonna be linked up to Facebook. They're gonna be paying for the ads, but I'm working for free. I'm managing the campaigns and building everything out for 100% free on my side. And the reason why we're doing this is we are trying to get one case study, one testimonial of somebody who's not us or our parents or our family friend, that we can go ahead and show people and tell them that we have done this amazing thing, produced money for people, produced this end result and solve the problem that we are ultimately trying to solve for many, many clients. So you want to be able to have a story. Here's this person who is struggling with this thing. I came along and now they have this. Now they're making 2 to 3 times more return on investment on their ads. Now they are having a qualified lead flow that's stable and consistent, where they can now scale their business to the levels that they want to. Now they are completely automated in terms of all their business processes. They have scheduling systems. Everything's working seamlessly within their company so that they don't have to waste time getting bogged down with the minutia and the details of the old way that they were doing things. Okay, so let's say that you are at the place where you want to get your first free client. The next step that you need to do is you simply need to write a message, send it across either email, Instagram DMs, LinkedIn, and you're simply asking them if they would hop on a call with you where you can show them what you can do for their company. So you're coming up with a creative way that you can get them on the phone and start a conversation with them to pitch your free services. Now, the scope of what we're gonna write inside of that email far exceeds what I can teach on one video here. So I've actually put together a cold email course that teaches you how to use cold emails to score your first couple clients. Before diving straight into the course, I've actually put together a free training that shows you the exact strategies that I used to get my first 30 clients to my social media marketing agency and score more than $55,000 in revenues for that agency. So if you're interested in checking out that free training video, go to the link down below and register for that free training with your name and email. I'm looking forward to seeing you inside that training. Go ahead and like and subscribe to this video if you like this type of content. I'll be posting more videos on digital marketing and social media marketing, how to get your next couple of clients, how to scale up your business, and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you're interested in that type of content, like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.